Welcome to Wisdom Exchange TV. My name is Suzanne F Stevens, Chief Edge Optimizer for the Ignite Excellence Group of Initiatives. Today, we are in Cape Town with a leading lady in business, a social entrepreneur, Gia Whitehead. She's Sustainable Director and founder of Tertiary School in Business Administration. You've got to start from the beginning. Talk a little bit about what you mean by that.
Depending on the organization you go into, there are a lot of corporates where you're going into graduate programs or into lower level positions, and it takes time to build up that corporate ladder. No matter how much you know coming out of a university, even if like at TSiBA where you have that experience, every organization is different. There are different cultures and you're dealing with new people and new structures, and so you have to learn. You have to be open to starting from as if you know nothing and relearn and relook at the way those organizations run. But there are other opportunities where our students have moved into managerial roles because of their attitude and because of their leadership skills, and they can fly.
It appears that you're creating social entrepreneurs. Is that one of your goals, is to create some social entrepreneurs with your students?
We've always said we want our students to be entrepreneurial, and in reality most of our students end up wanting to go into corporate because they need the money, they've got families to support, and we encourage that because it's good for them to get experience. But ultimately we're hoping that our students, whether they're entrepreneurial within their organization, but actually that they'll go back and start up businesses. And a lot of them from the social entrepreneurship want to start businesses back in their communities because they want to start growing and developing where they come from. Mm-hmm. So that is a strong part, and so we have a particular program around social entrepreneurship where we actually work with Northeastern University from Boston, where students there come and engage with our students and they work on projects together.
How important do you think social entrepreneurship will be for South Africa as a way forward for businesses?
It's incredibly important, and more people are having to not only think about being profit driven and doing things for themselves, which is incredibly important, but it is about building up those communities. Because in South Africa, too many people move out of communities to find work and to start and to grow. They don't see where they live as being somewhere aspirational, and that needs to change. There needs to be more and more development in the rural and the urban townships and communities that really can then build value and capacity in those areas. There's too many areas that are isolated. The urban areas get more and more developed, and the rural and township areas are left. And that's something that's just perpetuating. So the more that students and entrepreneurs can go back to those communities and be role models and actually get things going on the ground, the better.
Have you ever conducted a project or an initiative that just didn't work?
I think we've tried a lot of things. As entrepreneurs, we have had to take risks, and we've learned along the way, like the huge gaps that our students have from high school in terms of skills, making a lot of assumptions around how much they understand and can process, and from basic logic and also like family values. So there's been learnings in that process. Another project that initially we did was we started giving loans to entrepreneurs. We have an Ignition Center where we support entrepreneurs in the community that aren't our students. And one of the first things we started doing was giving loans, because we thought, you need the money to help grow these businesses and start up. And we realized that wasn't working, so we stopped the loans altogether and realized that actually it's around the mentorship and the hand-holding and the support and skills that's needed, and money is the last thing that they need. So that was one area where we put a lot of focus into mentorship, just like we do in our curriculum, to grow entrepreneurs.
And see, that's a really good learning too, because there's so many people that, and be it locally or internationally, focusing on microfinance.
Absolutely.
And microfinance is only as good as the mentorship that a company says.
Exactly.
Is that fair?
Absolutely. And so we said over time we will give give startup capital and money, but until you've been through a rigorous mentoring and skills process, can you even think about accessing that? And the same with our students. We started giving out student loans because we can't access the National Student Loan Scheme, and our students need help with subsistence to get here every day, to have food in their stomachs, for a place to stay. And we started issuing loans to help students. And even though that's critically important, it's not our business. And students can't afford to pay those back. And it's not either the main reason why they don't make it. There's students that have absolutely nothing, but they'll make it through the program because of perseverance and other things that get them going.
See, I'm actually interested in this on a very personal level because of the Ignite Excellence Foundation, which also supports tertiary education. And our philosophy has always been, we will not pay for living, only for education. And it's sort of on the lines of what you're talking about. And our philosophy was, you have to have something to lead your life, or you will not be able to lead others.
Exactly. And so even in the interviews, we are looking for students who financially can't afford it, but we also say, what support structures do you have? And no matter how much support we give, there's got to be something on the ground or a contribution back, whether it's from the family or someone. If people have absolutely nothing, they're not going to make it through. So it's fun finding that match.